I mean, certainly the AI story plays very deeply into the Apple stock price. I mean, I think some people won't believe this, but I think the Wall Street effect played a significant hand, maybe not in the development of Apple's AI features or the reason for moving into artificial intelligence in a deeper way, but the way they're marketing it. I mean, they essentially lied that the new iPhone was built for the ground up for Apple Intelligence,
Wow.
right? The new iPhone essentially support AI the same way the prior iPhones did. They essentially were dishonest with the rollout timing for many of these features. They were dishonest about their marketing when these new phones went on sale. They marketed them for Apple Intelligence, but Apple Intelligence launched a month and a half after they went on sale. You know, you can make the argument that they're saying it was built for AI, so people knew that they would support AI. But I don't think anyone's under the impression that Apple wasn't trying to imply that they were ready for AI when they simply weren't. Now, I'm not going to criticize them for coming out a month and a half after the new iPhones, right? But I do think that you can make a safe argument that Wall Street and the way that AI impacts stock price and the way AI gets people to invest in the company and have interest in the company played a major hand in them marketing the new phones this way.
Is that a departure, Mark, from how they've marketed in the past?
I think it's a departure from, let's say, Steve Jobs was CEO of Apple, and Apple was um, several years behind in an extraordinarily core and key technology. I think he'd be ripping the company to shreds over this, right? The good news is that Tim Cook is perhaps not as volatile as Jobs may have been on these types of matters. And he is allowing this thing to roll out. And in 6 months from now, there will probably be the perception that Apple is, in the upper echelon of AI, obviously not the leader. I do think it's going to take them 5 years to become the world leader in AI if they ever reach that point. Obviously, the amount of money and resources they have, the goal is to become the number one player in AI. I think if they play their cards right with making acquisitions that could be helpful there, and investment that could be helpful there, they'll get there. But it's going to take a while. The good news for everyone involved is that the arc of time is extraordinarily long, and if Apple becomes number one in 5 years from now, all of these conversations, unfortunately, including the ones with me, will all have been moot.